Hello friends, we're gonna do a walk around. Oh my gosh, I just realized this pepper plant is actually thriving right now. I have gourds. Look at that, look at that. I've got 2 gourds now. 1, 2. I'm so happy about that. I was afraid I wasn't gonna get any. It's a bit wild in there. I have been doing some weeding, but not enough to catch up. What I wanted to show y'all, there's my elephant ears. Aren't they marvelous? Over here, all kinds of plants had grown up and completely engulfed this whole area. It was where a Chinese princess tree had grown. Now you might think this would be something heavy, but it's not. It's very lightweight wood, even when still wet. But we got this, I got this, all cut down. There were about at least half a dozen starts of the Chinese princess tree. Look at the size of these leaves. Look at that. Giant. It's an invasive that grows very quickly, and it's very weak. Very lightweight, weak wood, which makes very lightweight. It's almost like a balsa. I think it might be close to what a balsa can do. So it's used in building, and I'm sure it has its uses, but it was not a good tree to have here. It was, the old one was rotting out. And they had completely, the trees and the wild grape, okay, that's a sumac. Wild grapevines had completely grown over my pear tree and pulled it all the way down to the ground. I was afraid I might have lost the pear tree. And I had noticed, like, oh, that looks grown up over there, but I'm sure it was fine. It was not. So I was afraid he was gonna be a goner, but when I started pulling off the vines, by gum, he's alive. I'm so proud of him. And I've got my beauty berry over here. Again, completely covered with vines and leaves and everything, and I just thought, well, you know, hope some of it made it, and they're actually doing okay. The reason I had not gotten out here earlier was because these trees growing up were giving some shade in the heat of summer to my plants in here, so they were holding moisture and giving shade, and it meant that I did not have to pay as close attention to this side of the garden. But then I realized at one point, like, no, that's more than just taking care. They are completely engulfing. This is the sister to that pear tree. These came from Tractor Supply Company. Look at this, we have goldenrod, so pretty. Goldenrod. It's the end of the day, so the pollinators have all gone home. This guy needs to come out. And we've got the leaf cup, which is native. Goldenrod is native also. I should know what that tree is, and I've forgotten. More goldenrod and ironweed. Ironweed's everybody's favorite this time of year. So pretty. Pretty purple. So yeah, they're keeping my little pear tree company over here. But yeah, I was really glad to get that taken care of. So here's the eastern side of the garden. I had 3 or 4 of those Chinese princess trees, and I missed these guys. There's like 4 more of them right there. They keep coming up in the garden because when the tree came down, the seeds got scattered. I was gonna try to see if we had another watermelon somewhere in here. And I don't think I'm gonna find anything in here right now. No. Late summer, it's beautiful and wild. Look how my hazelnut has grown this year. He's about maybe coming up on 7 feet tall now. And up until summer, midsummer, he was only as tall, maybe not even as tall as me. So that's awesome. I think when the plants challenge each other this way, they all grow up. Some plants are just like, oh, I gotta get tall now. But yeah, the pollinators are off of it right now, but the cosmos is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, well, there's a couple. I think that's the goldenrod bugs, goldenrod beetles. Oh, there's a bumblebee over there. Great big bumblebee. Yeah. It's been a gorgeous year. Today was lovely, lovely. Look at these bugs. Today was a lovely day. It was maybe 85 degrees. And I put some of those princess trees behind the elephant ears because they'll need protection come winter. I'm gonna pile up a bunch of weeds. I'm gonna pull a bunch of weeds, pile them up on top, and that'll help them survive the winter. Not all of them are thriving, I'm sorry to say. Some of them, those guys, look at that, they're the size of my hand. Maybe it's too much shade. I think I'm going to move this incredibly beautiful, very tall flower that a friend of mine gave me. I think I'm going to move it. It's impressive. It's shading out the hibiscus, the giant hibiscus, a little bit, but I love this right here. It's so beautiful. Back up so you can get a better view of it. Run into a car as I'm backing up. Ah, it's just glorious. But it looks like they're getting ready to bloom, so we're gonna find out shortly what they look like. And I think I'll probably move them here where these wildflowers are. That's a kind of a daisy wildflower. It should be blooming before long. My wild grapevine over here is doing quite well, which is no surprise. It's native and does fantastic. But yeah, this is the mist flower, which is a relative of mint, and it's native also. So it just delights me that it grows in my garden. And this time of year, look at that, look at that. Okay, I just keep ranting about how gorgeous this is. All right, thank you for joining me today in the square spiral garden and the surrounds. Happy gardening, be well.